Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. I'm very excited to watch this one. After watching the first and second ones, which I reacted to, you can go back and watch, everyone was saying like their favorite or one of their favorites was 3 Dream Warriors. I know Nancy Thompson comes back. I know Patricia Arquette is in this one. And that's all I really know, actually. I don't know a ton about the plot. I think Nancy, I did read the description, and I think she might be a psychiatrist or something like that. But that's all I really know. Let's go. Murphy. Wow, it's weird. Well, okay. I was like, green, that's such a funny color for the subtitle, but I guess that's Freddy's sweater. Oh yeah, Larry Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne is in this, huh? Larry, oh boy. Robert Englund, woo. I thought that was Pancake Mix at first. Oh, okay, here she is, here she is. That's good to see Wes Craven's name attached to this film. I don't believe it was for the second one. Okay, we see Patricia Arquette's character already struggling with not wanting to sleep. So is she already in this? Or is she like doing homework or something?
I'm still having those awful dreams.
Elaine, where do you keep the bourbon?
Honey, I've got a guest.
And you don't want to keep him waiting.
I love Patricia Arquette. She's such an amazing actress. And it's her, of course. She's just so young, but that quality in her voice. She has a very like soothing kind of quality, smooth voice to me, and it's still there even at this age. Is that Nancy's house? I'm trying to remember if those pillars. Yeah, it is. It is. I've never really dived deeply into thinking about this, but I wonder if those kids that appear with the song are supposed to be kids Freddy's killed, if there's any deeper message behind that other than the fact that it's like, ooh, creepy children. Because I don't remember if in the first film it specified when Freddy was alive, the kids he was killing, were they like teenagers, little children?
This is where he takes us.
Come on, we're going.
Yeah, is this like kid a victim of his that's in kind of a purgatory state or something?
Freddy's home.
Okay, that's a dummy there. That first scene, that was a child she picked up, and that's like so a dummy. It looks pretty bad. Oh, I hate that. Like, not for the movie, but just I feel like I've had dreams like that. Oh. Whoa.
Put me down, you're hurting me.
Woof. Okay, I was just about to say, is this still a dream inside of a dream?
Kristen!
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh. I hate anything having to do with, like, wrists being, I don't want to say just in case it affects YouTube standards, but, there he is. Larry Fishburne. Okay, so it seems like there's this epidemic of kids committing. Maybe that's what we saw when she was in the dream. All those kids were hung, but really it's Freddy causing them to kill. Maybe just like how she
read the report on the new staff. I don't want some hot shot taking chances with him just so she can get published.
It's interesting that Nancy would make the choice to continue her field in nightmare studies. Like, that makes sense, but...
She was fine until we tried to sedate her.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
7, 8.
It's kind of a weird reaction, but...
Never sleep again.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Where did you learn that rhyme?
Yes! I'm so happy. Nancy's back. She still has that gray streak. Nice touch.
They seem to share a group delusion. I don't know where he got the razors, but he cut off his own eyelids to stay awake.
Oh my
Shook the
God.
kids up pretty badly.
I wonder what that medication's for. I'm so delighted to see her. I just think she is so pretty. She's got such a great smile. Like, I just have such a tie to her from the first film that, like, I'm stoked she's back.
See, he gets himself thrown in the quiet room so often that you probably won't see a whole lot of him.
I do it so I don't have to look at your ugly face all the time.
That's a good one. He looks familiar. That teardrop tattoo, like, what, did he kill someone or something? Oh, dang. Okay, so now she's gonna see her house. I wonder why she would have that in her purse though. Like, you'd think you'd just keep that at home for when you were gonna go to sleep. But that medication actually sounds like, I don't know if that's real or not, but it sounds really nice. I actually do struggle with nightmares a lot, and just like stress dreams. I feel like every single night, just about, I'm having like stress nightmares, and it really does. It like affects your quality of sleep. So just like a dreamless sleep is so rare for me, and it's so peaceful when it happens, because you just go to sleep and the next thing you know, you're waking up and you're like, wow, I don't know, you just feel so much more well rested. Dang, look at these effects. That's fun. I wonder if that was just a one take. Is this the Freddy worm? Oh my god. Okay. Ew. I have seen, not this exact image. I feel like I saw a behind the scenes photo or something. Wow. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Yay. This is like what I was asking in the first movie. I was questioning when Nancy was asleep and Glenn kind of pops in. I was like, is he actually there or not? So to have these two people together dealing with this is so cool.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wow, okay, well, she seemed to get them out of the dream pretty easily.
If I had a nightmare, I'd always bring my dad in. He used to tell me about it the next day. He used to think they were his dreams.
Wow, okay, so she has some sort of like psychic or whatever supernatural ability.
Man of my dreams. He's real, isn't he?
She's like, girl, you don't know that half of it.
How about the rest of you all tell Nancy something about yourselves?
Oh, that kid with the red glasses looks very familiar.
The fact that we all dreamt about this guy before we ever met doesn't seem to impress anybody.
You make any progress until you recognize your dreams for what they are. Psychological scars stemming from moral conflicts and overt sexuality.
Oh my gosh. That would be so frustrating for those kids.
Okay, you're being attacked by the bog demon. Go ahead.
All these kids look familiar to me. It's so interesting. I'll have to look up after this what other stuff they've been in.
Okay, you get first shift tonight. Oh, come on. I had it last night. Just remember, keep your eyes open. And one whimper.
At least they have each other, like a partner to... And since they're experiencing it too, I mean, I guess so is Glenn in the first one, but since they really know what's going on, I feel like they can rely on each other to take sleeping shifts.
My mother passed away. She died in her sleep. My father and I, well, things just seemed to fall apart after that.
I was very curious if they would kind of address anything from the first one with a lot of vague stuff. And in the second one, I think it said her mother killed herself. So, but I think they're really sticking to kind of the first one's follow through.
With Hypnocil, you want me to prescribe an experimental psychoactive drug to a bunch of suicidal teenagers?
Just until we get things under control.
If I was Nancy, I would say to, I think her name's Christine Patricia Arquette, I'd say, okay, you're going to pull that doctor dude into your dream, if she's even able to do that. And then the next day you tell him what happened. Because he would think, oh, wow, I had a crazy dream. But then if you approach him and be like, this is what happened, like, see, this is real. Like, I don't know. That's just my first theory of approach. Wow. Oh, my God. This one, too, is going with the knives coming out of his hand like the second one did for a bit. Oh, but now he's wearing the glove. Okay. Wake him up, wake him up, wake him up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, wake him up.
Nice stroll, asshole.
Oh, God, this is so... I don't know why, like... stuff having to do with the wrists like that. Oh, and those tendons, that's really like getting to me. Oh. It looked like those strings tendons were keying out, like as in green screen. I was kind of like, oh my God. I was like, are my eyes not seeing that? And then he went through the door and I was like, oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm like so enthralled. Oh no. Oh my God. Ugh. If I was his roommate, he should feel real guilty.
I want us to talk about what happened.
This is good. This is good.
What does he want?
To turn us against each other so we'll be weak, easy prey.
Oh, shit.
No, she's right.
Philip's death was a sleepwalking accident.
Whatever.
Nothing more.
Later, how much you gonna keep blowing smoke up our ass?
That's enough, Kincaid.
There will be no repeat occurrences of last night's events.
I learned from Office Ladies podcast what the term blowing smoke up your ass means. And I guess however long time ago, for drowning resuscitation, they used to do literally take like one of those old timey pump things and blow smoke up a person's butt, literally, because they thought the idea of doing mouth to mouth was vulgar, even though it existed at the time, which is like, you think that's vulgar, but you're doing that? Like, what the heck? But that's where that term comes from, because it doesn't do anything.
Do you think we can get the Hypnosil by tomorrow?
We're gonna try.
Okay, the way they've talked about this medication, I don't think it exists, considering it's like experimental and stuff. It just sounds like it's for the movie.
Girl, what are you doing?
Research.
Right, you're gonna be a TV star.
Please, I can't handle the nightmare. Not after Philip.
Hi, sweet stuff. Pulled night duty.
This guy reminds me of the like, was he a nurse? I guess he was like an ambulance driver or something like that in Halloween 2.
Years? What do I want to see an old barn for?
Damn. Oh, she's doing that to keep herself up. Oh, wow, that's gnarly. Then she's like, oh, back to watching TV. Like, it just makes, oh, what was that?
Can I ask you something?
I think that's Shawshank more.
Who in the fuck what you think?
Oh, wow. But yeah, it just makes you think, how long have these kids been going through this, that they've figured out for themselves what's working to keep them alive and to try not to sleep? Like, oh, the suffering. They really like that technique.
Fuck the prime time, bitch!
Wow, he really killed her. Okay. How is the staff going to look at that and think that that was a suicide? How is that possible? But also, wow, like, this film is so creative, and I like the practical effects.
I've seen you before, sister.
This lady looks familiar too. Why does everyone look familiar?
You do volunteer work at the hospital.
Only one thing can save the children. The unquiet spirit must be laid to rest.
She must not be real or something.
What are you doing up here?
I was just talking, and she's gonna be gone.
I was just talking to...
Yeah, okay, interesting. Who's that woman? Is she like an angel spirit or something? She's creepy, so it doesn't totally seem like that, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not hungry.
That's okay.
Interesting. I'm getting, for some reason, a little bit of like, I don't know if romantic is the right word, but there definitely is like a bit of intimacy there.
I know who's trying to kill you.
Don't humor us.
I'm ready to see them work together.
He's horribly burned. He has razors on his right hand.
Who is he?
Yes. I'm just loving where this is going.
He was a child murderer before he died.
This is the validation that Nancy needed so bad in the first one.
Why is he after us?
Your parents, my parents, they burned him alive. You are the last of the Elm Street children.
Wow, okay. Interesting, okay. So their parents were literally involved.
All of you have this inner strength, some special power that you've had in your most wonderful dreams.
We're gonna try a little group hypnosis.
I'm excited that the pace of this one just feels so much different than the other two, in that, like, okay, we know what's going on. They're not having to give us all this backstory and stuff, and like them figuring out these dreams and stuff. It's like, I'm just really liking the change of pace in this film.
You find yourselves getting tired.
It's making me tired. I was actually hypnotized once in high school, we had like a grad night thing at my school where all the seniors went to the high school and it was all decorated and you basically stay overnight. And but yeah, they had a hypnotist there who like hypnotized a bunch of people.
Sorry. That's okay. We'll try again.
Everybody take 5.
Are they all in the dream right now?
If it doesn't work, I promise I'll...
Yes!
In my dreams, I can walk.
This is just so delightful.
In my dreams, I'm beautiful. And bad.
Oh boy, that's a Freddy thing for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I can't show this. What the heck? Ew, this is so cringy. He must be like 18 in real life or something. Ew, her face. Look at these effects, they're so fun. Ooh, that spinning is like making me dizzy. I'm like kind of sensitive to that stuff.
He's close. Oh, Freddy? He's heavy in the halls.
Where's Joey?
Freddy's got him.
I bet the doctor's gonna wake up with a burn on his hand and then he's gonna be like, oh shit, like, oh my god.
Code blue.
He's like barely hanging on.
You're both relieved of duty.
What?
I want you out of here today.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. Is this sort of apparition nun evil or good? She seems supportive before, but she gives me creepy vibes.
The swing's been closed for years.
Twisted, lonely souls.
I love that they brought back the scores from the first one. It just feels good.
A young girl on the staff. She was raped and with child. That girl was Amanda Kruger, the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Wow, what a reveal.
You must find the remains and bury him in hallowed ground.
I don't really know what hallowed ground means. I don't know what that means.
Hallowed ground?
Thank you. So she's very helpful, whatever the heck she is. Wow, okay. So to reiterate, Amanda Kruger was a staff member at this psych ward who was basically locked over the holidays. The inmates abused her. She became with child. Freddy. Got it. Interesting little backstory.
Let go of him, you bastard.
Oh, it's like The Exorcist. Oh my gosh. Straight up Exorcist moment. She really does. Nancy in the first one too, I think also calls him a bastard. It's funny, that's like her word for him.
The question is, what happened to his body? Who would know where they're hidden?
Dad.
Only one man knows.
Her papa. Woohoo.
Well, if it is.
Oh, he's like a security guard now or something.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a career difference. He's had a hard time, you could tell.
I thought that you were trying to forget me.
That's not true. You're the one who's trying to forget.
Oh, come on.
Sipping his shot.
People are still dying after all this time. Stop running away from it.
It's nice seeing you again, Princess.
Ugh, that's very frustrating. Come on.
Sims put Kristen in the quiet room for the night. They sedated her.
Oh, no.
There now, we've met! Now listen to me! You and I are going on a little scavenger hunt.
Oh, wow. For him to take control. And also, like, kind of remind him, like, this is what's at stake here and you love her. This isn't just about you. And, yeah. Okay, good job. Let's see where that goes. Oh, he's putting holy water in the bottle. Okay. What is that? It makes me think of, like, Lost Boys or something. I don't know if it's quite... I don't know how much it's going to help you, but okay.
Okay, you got 5 minutes. They're in the TV room.
Oof.
Come on.
Where?
Our last group.
Oh, are they going to, like, fall asleep and try to get into her dream, maybe? Wow, the energy feels like it's really picking up. I wonder, are we getting close to the end here? Let's see. I don't know. It's kind of early, but...
You know nobody would ever find it in that place. I'm not sure I can find it myself anymore.
I love that he came back to play Nancy. The actor came back to play Nancy's dad. That's awesome. It really just grounds us back into the realities of the first film. It just feels more real.
This is as dangerous as it gets. If you die in the stream, it's for real.
Let's go kick the motherfucker's ass all over Dreamland.
I like this guy's quips.
Remember, you have to stay together whatever happens.
Oh yeah, I was telling a story earlier. Basically, getting hypnotized, it was like I was totally aware of everything that was going on, but when they did it at the grad night thing that I was at, it was like at the time they did it, which was like 4 a.m. or 5, and you've been up all day and you had graduation, so it's been a long day with like lots of adrenaline and stuff like that. By the time that the guy did it to like a big group of us, you're like tired and like very susceptible and vulnerable to just kind of like go with the flow. So it felt like it worked in that I was very susceptible to just go along with whatever he said, because I knew I was in like a fun, safe space too.
Joey needs us. I can feel him.
Where is he?
How do we find him, Kristen?
But yeah, for me, it was like the guy told me like I didn't remember the number 6. Like there was no such thing as the number 6. So then someone was asking me to count to 10 and I kept skipping over the number 6 or something like dumb like that. But it was fun and whatever. Into the fire! Oh, weird. Are they all separated now?
I want to be alone.
Oh.
I said, where's the fucking bourbon?
Freddy all tucked up. That's fun. Is she in the Nancy house now? I think she is. Oh, are they all in the house? Okay, at least they're all together and not separated back at home or something. Oh, damn. Okay, never mind.
Welcome home, Darren.
Who was that old guy? Was that like... I kind of wish that was Wes Craven, but I don't know who that was.
Let's dance.
Wow, a true fight scene.
Let's get hot.
Oh, yikes. Oh, God, that's... Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, is she gonna like OD right now?
What a rush.
Good makeup. It sucks because I feel like when they accept, like she's like, yeah, we're gonna fight and I have these knives, but I would try to like ground myself back into the Nancy headspace of the first one. Not that they have that experience, but like reminding myself like this isn't real. The consequences are real, but like I'm controlling my actions here. And then I would try to like link up with the other people and just like reestablish what I'm in control of and try to like grow off of that or something. I don't know. If I was in this universe, you know.
Have a seat.
I am the Wizard Master!
Yeah, I think they just get so scared and insecure that they break down.
Demon be gone!
Yeah.
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
Well, shoot.
Where you hiding at, you burnt face pussy?
Hey, we should find the others first.
You think you're hot shit with the little milk kid, don't you? Well, let me see you come get a piece of me.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I feel like he's gonna die just for that. Door to hell. Okay, yeah, it's been a minute since we've caught up with them, so I'm like, okay, like, you need to come to the rescue here. I like that it's a red car. I can't help but think of Christine when I see old red cars like that. Wow.
You're about to attend a funeral, one that's long overdue.
Why is he forcing the dad to do it? But I guess the dad did kind of help kill him, which started all this. But yeah, I don't know. Was it like, it's tough because was it wrong for the parents to do that? I mean, in theory, morality wise, no, I don't think so. But because it's not like he was still out. Like he like whatever they mentioned that he was supposed to go to jail and then someone messed up the papers and he got free. So he was probably going to do it again. So in theory, they save kids, but the opposite happened because of what they did. And now all these other kids are suffering. So is the dad at fault still? Like, is the dad to blame in all of this partially? It's tough.
Please come home.
Oh, it's
Your wish is my
the
command.
worst. Way to phrase that. That doesn't like do anything to him though. Yeah, I knew. Is he gonna lick it? Yeah. Oh, I knew it. Yeah, Freddy looks great as far as effects go. I think he looks better than the second one. I don't even know that I could totally articulate it, but it looks good. I think the effects in general in this one are better too. Okay, this is kind of like going back to the one from this, the last film. Is he manipulating what's happening in real life? Go, go, go. Oh, dang. What? Oh, no. Oh, please don't ruin this movie. Oh, like, what is he even holding? Oh, no. Okay, just when I was saying the effects are better. Tisk, tisk, they really went for it. I mean, the animation alone, like, that looks really good, but when you have it interacting with the real people, that's a tough one. And like, yeah, like, what made him stop just then? Because the psychiatrist isn't dead.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Perhaps if there was more of me to spread around.
Ew, him with the tongue thing, it's just so like, ugh. That's pretty cool. Like, I think that's a good effect. Like, yeah, that color change in the mirror, I think that's effective.
Can I see that?
It's over!
Oh, why would you think it's over? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Couldn't go without telling you how sorry I am for all the things I've done.
Oh god, is that gonna turn into Freddy? Oh. Oh my god. Oh, damn. I knew it. Wow. Wow, did he kill Nancy?
You're mine now, piggy.
Ashes to ashes.
Oh, hallowed ground, does that just mean it's like blessed or something? And that's why he got the holy water? Okay.
May the spirits rest.
I'm in a dream. We went to a beautiful dream. Forever and ever.
Oh man, that's sad. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Not my Nancy. And Patricia Arquette is just so good.
Even though we entrust Nancy to the earth, her courage and spirit shall remain with us.
Who is that?
For
Is
the
that
Lord
nun
God
lady?
has comforted.
Like, who the heck is that? Is it Amanda Kruger?
You were his mother.
Okay. I mean, it looked like she died pretty young. 61 or something? Okay, I kind of had a feeling that was the way, like, the twist, but so yeah, after that incident, she must have had Freddy and then became a nun because of, like, the trauma or something. Well. Sounds like the ending song was written for the movie. So I rented this off Amazon Prime, and under the categories of films, well, first off, it has 4.5 stars, which is good, really good, for especially for, you know, the third sequel in a horror film. That's really good. And then it's under the categories horror, fantasy, eerie, sad. Which, I don't know, it's not that funny, I guess, but the sad, it was just like sad. Kind of funny. Great sequel. What a fun, satisfying film. This movie is so strong that the downfalls within the practical effects, or, you know, the digital effects, I don't know if you'd call it digital, but like animated effects or whatever you want to call it, those downfalls don't draw down the film so heavily that it makes it a bad movie. And especially for the time, you do, there is some perspective there that I'm sure those look great when this came out. Inevitably with time, that has not lasted. A lot of stuff looks really good still, and I think that's because they went so, well, not always practical, because I'm thinking about the last one, there were quite a few moments where I was just like, but they really did a really good job in this film overall. It was fun to see such physical fight scenes between our protagonist group and Freddy, how they were actually fighting back. We saw some of that with Nancy at the end of the first one, and then the second one, oh yeah, there was a kind of a fight scene between the girlfriend and him a bit, but the fight scene felt more like defensive, which I guess the ones in this one were too, but to see the girl with the knives literally like face to face, like let's go, like that was really fun. Overall, it just took such a different turn than the sequel did, in a really, really necessary way for this to be a good movie. I would have been really curious at the end though, to have seen like who would have like, so they're in that meeting room all asleep in that dream together. Nancy dies. The girl, I'm so bad, I didn't really pick up their names very well, but like the badass girl died, and then the paralyzed kid died too. Yeah. So for like, whether it be Max, the Lawrence Fishburne character, or the other nurse lady, like what would that sight have been to walk into? Like, I'm kind of shocked. I feel like that might, like, if you literally think about that, because I don't know, like one of those kids could have been charged for murder. I don't know, like Kristen, because Nancy was stabbed, she didn't have any of these disorders. So I'm curious what the perspective of walking in on that scene would have been like. Holy crap. I think Patricia Arquette is just great. She's very good at being emotional and believable, like being upset and crying. Like she's just a good actress, I guess, is what the heck it is. This movie also felt a little bit refreshing in that, yes, some of the things were predictable, like the nun lady ending up being Amanda Kruger. Not totally, unpredictable. A few things that they led us into just felt like you could see what was going to happen next, which isn't always bad, but because not every turn of the movie do you need to be surprised, so like when that nurse was coming on to Joey, I was like, oh, Freddy. Like when her dad came back, I was like, well, probably Freddy. And maybe that's just like when you get used to the expectations that they're in the dream and there's no guarantees, and they're way too quick sometimes in these movies to be like, oh, everything's okay. And I'm like, do you not remember the first movie, Nancy? Like, there were several times in the first one where she was like, oh, okay, like it's fine. You know what I mean? And then it totally wasn't. So anyway, so because of those patterns, it just creates a lot of doubt in the viewer for me to be like, oh, Freddy's going to be right there. Like, whatever. So anyways, what I was saying, what was refreshing in that is that there were a few of those things that I kind of would have expected to possibly come up that didn't. For example, there was the nurse that was just like kind of had a pervy, sadistic vibe about him with the, he was flirting with that nurse lady, and then he was like smoking and teasing the girl about the drugs and stuff. And I thought like, in the rules of like horror tropes and stuff, because he's like a bad guy, like Freddy might end up killing him somehow if he gets in the crosshairs or something like that. And then also too, like, I hate to kind of like call it out, but I feel bad I don't remember his character, but the kid who had the great quips, being like a black man or boy in a horror film, it would have been more typical for him to have been killed. I love that he wasn't, that they like, especially too because he was like really poking at Freddy. He was like, come on, like he was like calling him names and all that. Like I think I even said it like, oh, well, he's gonna die because of that, because that is what felt typical to happen within a horror film. And the fact that it just didn't pan out that way, but organically, is like refreshing. Like, oh, okay, yeah, it's nice. They had two black male supporting characters and neither of them died, so they get like a star sticker for that as far as negative tropes. And it also just felt like very organic. It's not like they were trying to do something with that. Nancy dying, man, that is a bummer. That's sad because well, I know that in a later film, like one of the last ones, Heather Langenkamp comes back, because I am aware there is a film where it's more meta, where Robert Englund's in it, and it's like you're in the universe where they made the Nightmare on Elm Street films or something, but Freddy comes into that universe. There's like a whole meta movie, so I know that she's gonna come back later down the road. But within the films we're at now, knowing the journey that Nancy has been on, I'm just like, I don't know. I wonder what the purpose in the writing there was to kill her. I wonder if she wanted to be killed off. Like, yeah, okay, I'll do this movie, but I don't want to keep coming back, so kill me off kind of situation. Or there's also, again, speaking of like tropes and stuff, it's not uncommon, like I was talking about when I reacted to Halloween Ends, like the debate of like, should they have killed Laurie? Because it's not uncommon that like the strong woman who fights back ends up getting killed. Even if there's success in the journey, at the end of the day, like they're gonna kill her, is not uncommon. So yeah, I wonder if they just felt like there needed to be a cap on that storyline of Nancy or something, because I like her so much. I'm just like, no. Overall, it was nice though. I think the characters had enough development to be interesting. We saw like different sides of them that weren't all just in fear of Freddy. It like they really balanced this movie super well in that they threw us into it. All these kids are already experiencing Freddy. They're being tormented, whatever. But that isn't like the defining personality trait of the characters. Like they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you know that she wants to be an actress, and this one girl's kind of got like the girl who does the drugs has like more of the rebel vibes, but you see her laugh, and like they're just fairly well-rounded people written out. They do have like the way I'm describing it, each character is very different in like the Breakfast Club kind of sort of way. Like let's talk real Breakfast Club parallels here. We got the nerd, wheelchair, Dungeons and Dragons. We have the recluse, the Joey, which is blanking on the character names, but you know, the girl who wears the black outfit. We have the pretty girl. I would say that's the girl who wants to be an actress. We have the jock. I would say that would be maybe like the black boy. I think he had, I don't know if he had any sports stuff up, but he kind of gave off those like tough kind of jock vibes maybe. You know, in his dream, he's a strong man and stuff. And then for like the rebel character is the girl who had the drug issues. And then Kirsten, the Patricia Arquette character, is kind of like us in the movie, and that like she's kind of just like a neutral. I don't know. She feels a little bit more neutral to me as far as personality. She's like our entryway into this psych ward to like see everyone else. So we're like on the journey with her at the beginning to like then follow through and see what else is happening. And I don't think those like if you look at any sort of movie that involves like a school, you're gonna see, or like kids or youth, it's not uncommon that you're gonna see the characterizations of those stereotypes. I think it's just how those characters individually are like developed and written around contextually, like how do they react to certain things that can make those be pulled off and like still entertaining and not just like, oh, it's a nerd, oh, it's you know what I mean. I thought Freddy looked really good in this movie. He's really starting to push it with the quips and the like, welcome to prime time, like, you know, all those one-liners are starting to lean more and more towards the comedy camp. I believe that's going to continue to be pushed. I'm shocked that I was not that put off by some of the reaches that they went for in this movie, like with the worm, and like they just were constantly transforming Freddy in this movie with just like, you know, the sink handle faucets come up and like just using like objects, the TV arms, like, they really got creative with this one, and I'm surprised it didn't, almost like in a Beetlejuice style or something. I don't know, because of the worm, maybe that's making me think that. Yeah, and I'm surprised that didn't, like, wasn't a huge issue for me. And if I'm honest, like, maybe if I was in a different mood, or if other parts of the movie weren't as good, maybe those moments would have just felt like ridiculous or something. But it was like fine to me for some reason. So gotta say, overall, really enjoyed this film. I'm a little nervous for the next one. I just don't think it's gonna hold up. I haven't heard anyone mention it. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not a fan favorite like this one was, since everyone mentioned this one. So a little nervous to continue this journey, but I'm still game. Thank you so much for watching. I'm actually going to dive into right now just like chit-chatting about some like behind the scenes stuff, not about the movie, but about like my channel. So if you've made it this far and you're going to dip out now, thank you so much for watching. Otherwise, I just wanted to rant a little bit about the editing process. And with this video that you were finishing watching, that I have yet to edit because I'm filming it, is I'm really gonna have to play with cutting down the amount of film that I show. Unfortunately, my Halloween Ends video, it took me so long to edit that. And in the uploading process, there's a checks section which shows you if your video has anything that flags their copyright system, and it cleared their checks, and I was like, oh sweet, yes, because it's always nerve-wracking. You do all this work and then you upload it, and then they could be like, sorry, like you can't, this video is going to be blocked or whatever. It cleared, and then like 45 minutes into it being live, it got flagged and it's blocked in Japan and is demonetized. And I'm like torn because, like, believe me, I don't do this for the money, because I don't make like anything from this. I really don't. When you put in like, I'm not actually keeping track, but maybe around like 15 hours into editing, and then it's just like a guessing juggling game of whether or not it'll be monetized. It can be frustrating because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what my point of this is, but like, for example, I have a very random video I did a few years ago with some fun facts about Planet of the Apes. Got no views. I put so much work into that video too, because it's all like graphics and stuff like that. But anyways, and then for some reason at like the end of last year, it just took off, and now it's like my most viewed video, and I'm like, well, my horror channel, my Planet of the Apes fun facts, is my most viewed video. Like, okay, that's nice, because like all that work I put into making that video feels like now like it's paying off. Not really financially, but like a little bit. Like at least I'm getting something for like the time I put into it. Anyways, so then I don't know. I guess I'm just saying it's very frustrating when I guess I'm expecting to get something to like validate my work in a way that can help support myself and like maybe help try to pay a bill, when that just crashes and burns so fast. It's like, oh man, it's just very frustrating. So why am I complaining to you guys about this? Basically, what I need to tighten up is my editing. The amount, what is considered the safe zone, to give you guys like a behind the scenes, is you can show like up to 10 seconds of a clip at a time, and then it needs to be interjected with a commentary, something. So that's when I fill up the screen, I blur the film, and I'm like, blah, blah. So I've really pushed the limits of, I go over 10 seconds. Sometimes, in the last video I definitely did, and I'm realizing that YouTube is getting more and more sensitive to that. So for this edit, I'm really gonna have to be strict, especially too because when I'm editing, like, I'm really not showing that much of the movie. I'm showing big plot points, but I'm trying so hard to make the film still seem digestible, and that like someone who's never seen the movie is still understanding like the narrative and stuff like that. And I'm really just going to have to cut back to maybe like 7 or 8 seconds per video clip, and then I'm going to have to come in because that's just YouTube, and I understand that's also just the game of the reaction game. I've seen other creators discuss their frustrations with this too. I've been pretty lucky, but it's come up enough times now where my videos have gotten demonetized that I'm like, okay, I really need to like rethink my approach to editing so that I can be more successful at like, you know, not getting demonetized. So, I mean, what I would love to do is to get an editor who could just do this probably way faster than I could. And that way too, because people, you know, sometimes you guys are super nice and are like, are you gonna watch the next one? When are you watching the next one? And it's like, dude, I really wish I could, but it's just so, it's like so time consuming to edit these. It's a process. It's a process. I mean, let alone like going into like, how do you get a movie into editing Final Cut Pro? I'm not sharing my spoilers on how I do that, but like, it's not as simple as you'd think. It's kind of hard, but I love doing this. I do. That's why I do it. End of rant. I just felt like I needed to vent for a second, but I am excited to continue on the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I think I may be throwing in a few films to break up watching all of these that I really have been wanting to react to as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you'd like, if you haven't yet, or not, whatever you want to do. Thank you. Bye.